All right, welcome.
What's happening, people?
Yeah.
Welcome to the G3C podcast.
This is the Genesee County Compassion Club show.
Hey.
FlintTalkRadio.com. Glad to be here. Thank you, John, for being in the studios on this cold day. Thanks, guys, for being here. And thank you, Beaners. Beaners is back in the studio.
What's up, Beans?
Always welcome, brother.
Yes.
I like his denim outfit there. That's pretty snazzy.
I think he's pretty dapper. You know what I'm saying? Styling.
Show him.
This is
Here, hold his chair for him, bro. He's trying to show off.
This is a Martha Stewart right here. Martha Stewart collection for dogs. Yep. He's rocking it out. Really?
Now this is this looks like cashmere, possibly. Here with a denim.
Yep, some nice denim.
You can see it's ergonomically formed.
Yep, custom cut. Yep.
He is ready to go out with the boys, play some
Oh,
cards.
He's got the collar.
He's literally ready to go out and holler at some bitches. Literally.
He is looking good.
Because he is a dog.
All right, welcome to the show, Beaners.
Yeah.
Glad to have you back in the studios.
There we go, buddy. You want to
Always
sit with us up here? There you go. He likes to
There you
sit.
go.
Look at that.
He's like a little human.
Oh.
All right.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. We do have some stuff to talk about. We got the Genesee County Compassion Club, always a busy place. Just got done teaching a law class down there, and I want to say thank you for everybody showing up. Had a wonderful class and well attended and all that, so that was cool. Got to talk about the Supreme Court and how that was basically, working out for everybody. Got to talk about concerns with caregivers and, hey, are we basically illegal now, or what the heck's going on here? So a lot of questions in the class. How do we pay taxes? How do we make sure we're not breaking the law? Stuff like that. And it's unfortunate that it takes 2 hours to explain to somebody that, if you follow rules and, participate like you're supposed to, then you're protected. It took, unfortunately, in this environment and with all the confusion and the media and the opposition and this news article and this story and that, people get confused. And at the bottom of the line, at the end of the day,
Right.
that's what it means. If you follow the rules, if you get registered, you're protected. And it also means if you're doing it for the right reasons and you get registered, you're protected. And that's really all it is. So I don't want to talk about it anymore, quite frankly. I've been talking about it for 2 hours. So we're going to talk about something else on this show.
Yeah.
All right? You're protected, bro. Get a card. All right?
Very nice.
What's up,
Use your
Beaners?
privileges.
Yes.
Beaners.
Hey, so what do we got going down at the club? I know like I said, we had class today. That was exciting. We did have ABC 12 in the club today. I just wanted to say
We did.
thank you to Kristen Abrams and her camera crew there coming out and doing a story. She sat with me. Thank you very much, Kristen, for 2 hours and just listened to me ramble about all the things that are messed up and why, patients do have rights and caregivers too. And how things are supposed to be and how they're not, and how there's a lot of problems going on. And the nice thing was she was already kind of adept at what was going on, so I didn't have to explain a whole lot. But I got out the law, believe it or not, and read it to her. And I was like, Kristen, look, this is what it says. Can you see the problems that are going on now? And I think she got it. So that was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
And,
she enjoyed. I was talking to her afterwards. She enjoyed talking to you.
It was a pleasure to have, or I guess it was a privilege, I should say, to have local media news coverage, actually want to hear what the real story is. Now, how it actually comes out, I have no idea. I have no control.
Right.
And it's going to be on the air, I guess, next Tuesday, Toby?
Tuesday at 6, Channel 12.
There you go.
And
News
they
report.
contacted us, right?
Yeah, they did.
Right. So
Right, I didn't call them.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't looking to be in the news. But, we want to take these opportunities as a compassion club to show that, there is a right way to do things, to be an example of how that is supposed to look like, and to also stand up and say that, there are some things that are wrong here, and they need to be addressed. And we're asking that they are. I don't think we're really getting listened to, but at any rate, maybe with opportunities like this, we will. So thanks for coming out, ABC 12. Catch that next Tuesday at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Kristen Abrams, your news reporter, in Channel 12. All right?
Nice.
So the only time that you can tune away from Flint Talk Radio is next Tuesday. Otherwise, stay here for real news.
By the way, I just want to reiterate too that
Yeah.
the number's not working today. The phone's down here on
But
the
you can't
studio.
call in?
They can't call in. Sorry about that. There's something that happened last night. We got everything cleared up, but the Magic Jack's still knocked
John,
out.
just tell them the truth. You're trying to censor our viewers.
Yeah, I wish.
You and your socialistic practices back there in the director's studio, okay? Just because you're the director and producer.
Yeah, I'm trying to shut out the truth, man.
Yeah.
I'm working for the man.
Yeah. It's about time
Big
you
brother.
came clean. All right, thank you, John. Sorry about that, folks. If you do have questions, I guess you'll just have to keep them to yourself.
No, I was going to say, if you guys got a number you want to give out, you could always put them on speakerphone and put them up to the microphone. That works pretty decently, but I don't know what's going on with Magic
Right
Jack.
on. Well, I tell you what, rather than calling into the show, you can call into the club and get answers there if you have, questions about the law or about, how should I proceed about doing this or that, because that's what the club is also there for. It's not just to charge people to take classes. This is information that we talk about and provide all the time. And if you just hang out at the club for a couple days, you'd probably pick up on all of that information for free. Mm-hmm. But I realize that not everybody out there has that amount of time, and I know I don't have the amount of time to sit there for a couple days and just keep talking. I don't have that much spit. But at any rate, you can call the club. So 250-0054, that is the club's phone number. It's 810-250-0054. Feel free to call there. Our staff is on hand waiting to take your call, and I'm sure they'll be...
250-0054?
That's right.
Okay, I'll put it up there.
Yeah. If you call now... No, just kidding.
Well, I know Terrible Terry was wanting to call in and talk to you and get you riled up about this sledding thing.
Yeah.
So he's going to be bummed that he can't call in.
Well, I'm glad he can't call in.
Right.
It's totally off topic, Terry. I mean, come on. Sledding downhill at Mount Holly in a piece of cardboard has nothing to do with the club. Unless, of course, I paint on the side of it something like, compassion is not a crime. And then I get a nice big pot sticker on there. I don't know.
I'm going with it, yeah. That sounds good, man.
All right, well, you might see us there at Mount Holly. If you can make it out on Saturday.
We're working on it.
The Jamaican bobsled here team.
Yes. We're going to have it. Boom.
Our sponsor, El Beaner Taco.
Beaner del Taco.
Can you take him with you?
I don't know.
I know there's a limit of 2, right, on the sled?
Does he have
I don't know if he counts.
Does he have boots?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got boots for
Yeah,
him?
he's got boots.
Of course.
Maybe you could have like a designated handler
Mm-hmm.
because you're going to be tied up with the sled and all.
Yeah.
I don't know, something to think about.
Beaner on scene.
We could usually, always use the support actually.
Does he like to snowboard?
He does like to snowboard. But he likes to mainly chase them.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Yes.
Ooh, many treats, many treats. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Sounds cool, man.
Actually, I keep hearing a lot of places are doing this. Like,
What?
a lot of businesses are getting involved with this.
Oh wow.
And I didn't realize it was for charities.
Well, it's too bad we're going to have to destroy them.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Anyways, yeah. If you can be out there at Mount Holly, the ski place, Saturday, I think it starts at noon.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to check it out, you can go to Mount Holly's website, skimounttholly.com, or you can go to the Banana, actually, is one of the sponsors here. So you can go to Banana 101.5 and check it out. And I believe that you can also go over to their radio station and pick up a starter kit
Yep.
and instructions. But you can go to the website as well and just read for yourself what the kit entails and what the rules are, this, that, and the other. There is a $15 registration fee. And if you can raise money for charity as well for your team, I know they're doing a charity for, I believe it's the, help me out here,
I think they're all doing it for each team.
United Way. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Each
Yeah,
team is doing a charity-sponsored event. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, Chad and I, as representatives of the club, are planning on trying to participate in this.
Yes.
Of course.
We're not going to go over to the Banana because we don't need their crappy cardboard. We're getting our own. And but at any rate, we do know what the rules are. We are going to get registered.
Yep.
Are we already registered?
We have to do it today.
Okay. You want to make that? We're going to need to make that happen.
As soon as they hear.
All right. So we're going to get registered after. So do we have to go to the? We do have to go over there. All right. So you got to go over there and get registered. We're going to have that happen.
It's not far.
At any rate, we didn't obviously already kind of have the benefit pre-planned, but it's the nice thing about the club is that the club almost always has some type of charity thing going on. In fact, there's rarely a time when the Genesee County Compassion Club is not trying to collect money for some type of charity.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a time that we haven't been asking for money. But what's new, right?
You know what we could do, though? If we get this sled and if we go slide up tonight for sure.
Uh-huh.
Everyone listening to the club right now.
Yeah.
We're doing that. The dog.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There
yeah.
we go.
Bucks for Barks.
Yes, tell them.
Bucks for Barks.
Bucks for Barks.
There we go.
Did you hear Beaner? Beaner got excited. Bucks for Barks.
I think I saw the excitement more when you were saying the word money.
Money. Yeah.
Yes, that's what Chad and I are going to do. We're going to race. We're already kind of planning on that.
Yep.
But what we didn't really, we don't always read everything. And
I just got excited.
yeah, we just wanted to race. We're there to win. That's
Yeah.
all it's about for us, to be honest with you. But at any rate, we're going to also collect money and give it to charity. So if you want to do that, we are going to try to decorate this thing a little bit, give it some club get up, kind of be like the club sled. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do a little
sled.
yeah, I was thinking about painting on the side of this thing in like some big black letters. Of course, the whole thing's got to be like Kawasaki green.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But big black letters, something like compassion's not a crime,
That's
or
good.
caregiving ain't a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like out there. I don't want it to have a pot leaf on the side of it, because I know there's going to be families and stuff, and the club's never been about trying to offend people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you listen to our podcast, you're probably a fan, or you're probably a medical marijuana supporter. And so most of the things we say likely wouldn't offend you. If you're trying to listen to this from some other type of point of view, maybe we would get offensive. I don't know. But typically the club's image
Yes.
or function does not to be offensive. We don't want to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
And, here on the podcast, we like to get in your face sometimes.
A little bit.
Right. So,
Bam.
Bam.
but with the sled, once again, we don't want to be in your face. So I don't want a pot leaf on the side. I was just joking. All right. But I would like to say maybe compassion is not a crime.
That's
would be
nice.
pretty cool.
I would like to paint it freaking awesome green. Whatever that shade of green is.
There might be a color called freaking awesome green.
I'm pretty sure there is. And it's not monster green, because that's freaking pansy stuff. All right.
Monster
you see it.
green.
I'm talking about real green.
Sorry. No.
Those look really good.
They do.
Are those
John,
Keebler Jumbo Fudge sticks?
Oh, they are.
You got all these ridiculous
Peanut butter fudge covered cream wafers?
banana, cocoa, orange, strawberry, vanilla.
Oh, look at John in there. John's like, hold on one.
No. These
You want one,
these are
John,
for
don't
us,
you?
man.
Mmm.
John is awesome.
Huh? There's more.
There's more.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get chew sticks there for Beaner.
They're gone.
If I know what he's gonna
You
be,
made
I would have
sure
bought some
to
chew
that one.
sticks.
Now, before
I said I didn't get no chew sticks for Beaner.
Beaner.
Oh!
Huh? Beaner don't get one. He
He
can't.
can't have them.
No.
No, he's on a diet.
Like,
He's on a black beans and rice diet.
No.
Mexican diet.
do you want?
How's that working out?
Good. Good.
Wow,
He's,
these
Doug. Is that like Atkins for dogs?
he can almost fit back in a salsa outfit. Taco flavored kisses.
What were we talking about? Man, those things are good.
Yeah, we were there.
Wow.
Cinco de Mayo.
We were talking about
Mm.
toboggan run and stuff at the club. But you know what we do have at the club that we forgot
Oh.
about? To
Yeah.
remind people about now.
What?
Start now.
What?
Like right now.
What?
DJ Short will be back.
When?
The 30th of March.
What?
Yes, I know it's next month. But we had a lot of people that were hitting me up on Facebook already. Like, when's DJ Short coming back? I missed him last time. I want to get some strains. Well, DJ Short will be back on the 30th of March. And he will have some genetics. And I mean that in the sense of genetic seeds. I know last time there was some confusion. People got like, oh, I want some blueberry. But no, they were seeds. So if you're interested in genetics in terms of seeds, he usually brings them with him. But he will be in town. He's hanging out, and I think he might even do like a little put together seminar class, possibly at the end. He was talking about
Like a DJ powwow?
yes, like a DJ powwow,
Huh.
and he might bring out some 1 and 2s.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Yes, wouldn't it be cool if we had DJ Short to actually spin some tables?
That would be
Like just
sweet.
pretend he is, and then get a picture of it, and then blur his face out.
But
and
I
then-
gotta say, after like seeing him, I'd have to like imagine he'd be spinning some kind of like Don
Roller
McLean
trance.
or something, or maybe some James Taylor, just
Yeah,
straight
like-
up there.
like a rhinestone cowboy.
Well, nice. Neil Diamond.
Been walking out this morning. All right, DJ's coming back. That's cool. And the Bucks for Barks thing, that's like where the club's collecting money to give to like the
Animal shelter, Genesee County Animal Shelter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Genesee County Animal Shelter or Animal Control, same thing. And it's going to help them out. We're taking money at the snack bar. If you have some extra change, I know we always have a tip jar there for donations for the club.
Right.
You can even split it up if you feel so obligated, or just put some in the Bucks for Barks now. Every once in a while. So we got some cash going to help them out. Just like the soup kitchen, cash is better, but they do, and they always appreciate all the other stuff that they can take, like toys,
new ones
and snacks. Yeah, new ones, all new stuff. Don't bring like a half-open bag of food because your dog didn't like it. I'm sure they'd appreciate it, but they
can't take it.
Yes,
it's the rules.
It's just the rules, the way it is. But we do have a dog house between the bathrooms right now. Yes, sorry. We have a dog house by the bathrooms. And it's getting filled up quite nicely. That's what we need. We need a proper voice. Hi. If you like to bring in donations of the food or toy make, we have a wonderful doghouse between the bathroom doors, which is perfect for you to put those in. If you'd like to donate money, we have a wonderful spot next to the snack bar. And again, this will be going to help out the Genesee County Animal Shelter. So please, if you love the little four-legged critters, help out and give a little extra. Thank you.
Oh, decent. Decent.
It's so good to be a part of the community in this fashion.
Ooh, cheese the noise.
Oh dear. Oh dear. All right.
I'm trying to get a good talking voice going here.
I know, it's hard, man. We can't even hear ourselves, man. We're like...
no, here, I have to show you one thing.
Like, we can hear ourselves, but not like the way you hear it.
If you guys are listening, and you guys have ever listened to XM Radio, and you ever listen to the Shade station, which is like one of the hip hop stations, they have Rude Jude, who is one of the DJs, and he's from, I think, the Jenny show.
Jenny Craig?
No, it was one of the shows back in the days, like the talk shows, and I think he was also on Jerry Springer too. But then you also have his co-partner, his name is Lord Sear, and he sounds like Lord...
Seriously, there was a talk show named Jenny?
No.
Jenny on Jenny?
Yeah, remember back in the days.
Seriously?
Well, okay, Rude Jude sounds like...
Jenny on Jenny.
like a big white dude who sounds like a black guy kind of. And then Lord Sear sounds like a little tiny black guy. And if you look up their pictures... Their voices on the radio are way different than what they look like. It blew my mind. I looked them up, and Lord Sear's like a 400-pound fat dude. And he talks like this. So I thought
it just happened to me the other day.
Yeah.
I know we were just talking about the banana.
The vanilla syndrome.
Yeah, exactly.
So we need voices, though. We need voices. We need some fun voices.
Well, yeah. Well, this is my point. Like Maggie Meadows, if you listen to her on the radio, she has like a certain sound to her.
Does she sound like sexy or something?
Well, I don't know. She has a sound to her.
Hi, this is Maggie Meadows.
No, I mean, she actually sounds like, if I could picture Maggie Meadows, all right, without having any idea, just by the voice, I'm picturing somebody who, like, looks like that, who's that famous, like, volleyball player chick? You know what I mean? Like, really sport, athletic,
gotcha.
Outgoing, you know what I mean? Like,
fairly
attractive, you know what I mean? But just,
The one from MTV.
Gabrielle, whatever her name is.
With the short skirt.
Yeah.
Gabrielle, whatever. No, not the blonde one, the dark-haired one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Gabrielle, she was like
Union?
8 years ago hot.
No, that was...
You know what I'm saying? 10 years ago, maybe. Anyways, and not the Steffi Graf. Ooh, that's nasty. Anyways, that one. All right, so anyways, but yeah, I looked up the picture. I was like, whoa, that's not what I was thinking. I'm not saying good or bad either way. I'm just saying not what I was thinking.
Right.
We need voices.
I mean, you need something.
So like radio guys, you talking like DJ style voices? Or
was that like your Ron Burgundy?
Not really, but okay.
No.
There's Lord Sear and Rude Jude. And when you listen to them, you think...
Wow, it's no wonder on radio. I wouldn't want to give them a podcast. They're kind of ugly.
But like, they're
what
pimping though. Like, people love them and they sound completely different than they look.
They must be good. They're on a big time radio.
No, they're cool for sure. I'm not judging them saying they're bad people because I'm just saying they look completely different than they sound. Like, it threw me off. I had a total vision in my head of these two different kinds of guys. Almost like a Toby for the white dude. like black hair. You know what I'm saying?
You fantasize with men about?
No, I don't fantasize, but when you hear people's radio
okay.
voice, just like if you read a book, you're supposed to like imagine what people look like.
Well, I tell you one who nailed it for me, Johnny Blake, 96.5 local radio station. A lot of people listen to it. It's like classic oldies, whatever. You ever listen to him in the morning? He's got the high. This is
Yes.
yeah. All right. So I got to go to the studio a couple years ago for the club, talk to him, be on the radio, whatever. And that dude is exactly what his voice sounds like. He's got the silver fox hair. He's got the tan lines. You know what I mean? The I've been out in the sun a lot. You know,
Yes.
type of look into his. He's just exact Johnny Blaze or Blake. Is it Blake or Blaze?
I think it's Blake.
Blake.
I don't know.
I recommended Blaze when I was there. But you know what I'm talking about. He's actually a really cool guy. He's a great DJ. Probably one of the better ones that are in the local area, at least I think, and as far as keeping up on local things and having a good, well-rounded approach. But he was nice enough to have us up on the radio a couple years ago. And but no, he's exactly like what you're talking about. I mean, like,
That's cool.
you didn't need to see him to confirm that that's what he looked like. You already knew.
Yep.
Yeah, like Dick Clark.
No, that's Casey Kasem.
Him.
Casey.
Like Casey Kasem sounds what he looks like, and he's looked the same.
But he's a hell of a lot smaller than he sounds. I got to say that.
I don't know.
You know, I agree. He looks exactly like I pictured him, but about a foot shorter and about 100 pounds less. Because he's got a powerful voice. Hi, this is Casey Kasem, or whatever it was.
Casey.
I remember him
got
as
a
a little
weird
kid, dude, on Sundays,
slur.
being up at the lake with my parents. You know what I'm saying? Up in the cabin, like listening to the top Sunday countdown.
Yeah,
That was the jam,
top
dude.
50 or whatever
Yeah.
it was. It like went on all
That was
day.
the best. Walk like an Egyptian. I remember that as a little kid, dude. That was the jam. Now, I did notice there was something in the news. I know I usually always get into the news stuff, but I did read an article I was reading on here, and they were talking about CNN did an actual high driving test to actually test out the 5 nanogram THC limit. And they were saying, the CNN did their own report, and you can actually go to Toke the town.
Only on 3 people.
Yep, and if you go, and plus they're different ages too, though. Hey, 3 people is better than 0.
Sure.
27-year-old, a 34-year-old, 34-year-old, and a 56-year-old. So you get a good, variety there. You can see the whole video at, if you go to tokeofthetown.com, you can click on the link about this, and it actually has another link that will take you to the whole video, so you can watch it on CNN. But pretty much what it came down to, the gist of it is, they had a driver instructor sitting there, evaluating these drivers, and as they smoke more, this and that, and then they also had a cop sitting there when he'd pull someone over, and they didn't know how much each person smoked or if they haven't smoked, and then what they tested at. Well, everyone was way over the limit. One was at 26 nanograms, 36.7 nanograms, and then 22 nanograms.
What's the limit, though?
5 nanograms.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
So they said that pretty much every single one of them, the cop really couldn't tell when to pull someone over, except when he was getting frustrated. But he couldn't tell. And the instructor pretty much said that besides the old guy driving a little slow, which he expected from a 56-year-old guy, he would have passed every single one of them for driving.
And if you look at this chick's face, man, she looks pretty blazed, man. She's like,
That's Abby, or Addie.
The cop couldn't tell till he walked up and saw she was all Chinese-eyed. Hey, what's going on, man? Her tongue was stuck to the roof of her mouth, and she reeked like weed. And then he was like, oh, you must be breaking the law.
And this is the thing about,
I smell probable cause.
And then one of here saying that the guy was driving a little slow. Okay, the cop says that the 56-year-old guy was driving a little bit slower, and he probably would have pulled him over because, it garner the attention of the police.
He was being way too cautious.
But you know damn well, just like Jeremy talked about yesterday with like the Section 8 and with like how there's always exceptions, you know damn well if a cop sees a 56-year-old man drive by going maybe 45 and a 50 or a 55, he's not even going to look his way. He's going to go, oh, you know what? My dad probably drives the same speed. All right, cool. He's going slower than he should be. Great. You know what I'm saying? Like, not speeding. They would never pull that dude over. So you can't even tell me then that would be in effect.
But if the white guy with dreadlocks drives by doing 35 and a 45, he's probably
done.
going to get a second look.
Oh, yeah, he's over with.
Just saying.
And see, that's the bad part.
That's why I'm not going with dreads, okay?
That's
It's the only reason.
That's
stuff out there for dreads. Trust me. I bet 5 cents.
This is why I vouch.
Toby knows.
Different
Yes.
world.
Tell him, Toby.
It's a different world out there.
I'll tell you guys a secret. If
Got
you're
the weed out
watching
the
and you
jerk.
guys have this issue of getting pulled over, even though you're not even doing anything wrong,
Change your appearance.
and you feel like you're getting beat up on, but you still want to keep your dreads or you want to keep your little appearance, go buy yourself a nice newer within the last 10 years. It can't be like from like
Be white.
1980s minivan or a Buick. Either one of those, a Buick or a minivan, you're a gravy. You will have less looks.
And you know what, Chad? I mean, you can say that, and stereotypes are absolutely true. Stereotypes are always based on conditions and environment. And so, you know what? You know, that may be the case, but a minivan in the wrong area at the wrong time.
We have Pano van minivan.
Well,
sitting
I'm
outside
just
a
saying,
house
you
with-
know, that when it's
The
better
lights
off.
going, "Whir,
Listen,
whir."
I'm just saying it's better off to not give that kind of advice out because of the fact that we shouldn't have to hide.
Well, I'm
For
not
those-
saying you're impervious.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, and you're right. You don't want to stick out like a sore thumb. You know what I mean? And it's not good to be that guy either, unless you want to be him.
I like minivans though and Buick, so I'm not giving advice
Hey,
saying
I'm-
to be sneaky. I'm just giving some
And
advice.
is a
for one brother to
minivan
have.
less, you know, inconspicuous than a you know, El Dorado on 44s?
Hell yeah.
Uh-huh.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, let's not go there, folks. Let's quit trying to hide. Let's just allow each other to be who we are. Take things for what they are. Be truthful with each other. Stand up for what we believe in. Take consequences when we're responsible for them. You know what I mean? Like, why can't I have dreadlocks and not be viewed differently as a white man? What should it freaking matter?
It shouldn't. Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, if all my hair fell out, I would expect you not to treat me differently, but you know damn well you would. Be like, wow, he's a pretty young guy. I wonder why his hair fell out. Like, you must be something wrong with him, or is he going monk? Or, you know what I mean? Like,
Monk would be sweet though if you did your hair.
Or
like that.
Britney Spears. Is he going
yeah,
crazy?
is he going Britney?
Yeah.
Dude, you should so just shave the part here. Like
Well, if I start wearing skirts without panties, you'll know that I went Britney instead of monk. And getting in and out of limos, okay?
Right.
Inconspicuous beaver shot. Oh!
Whoop.
Sorry about that. Don't know how it slipped out there. Every now and then, just pops out in front of the camera.
You don't want to end up on mammaltoe.com.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
But we'll give
Yes.
a round of applause to CNN there on that one.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
story. You know, I like it. Follows the BBC report that a lot of people in this movement are already aware of. Came out a couple years ago. Same sort of thing, and they were comparing alcohol to nothing to cannabis, but found similar results. That, you know, people that are on cannabis, when it comes to their ability in operating a motor vehicle, you know, once they are able to sort of become familiar with the symptoms that are related to cannabis use, that they're able to still operate a motor vehicle. In fact, when
Right.
the warning label that comes on Marinol, and we were talking about this in class today, the warning label that comes on Marinol says, don't operate heavy machinery, you know, equipment, yada, 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 under the influence until blah, 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 blah. The fact that it says until, okay, implies
Yeah.
that there's going to be a point when you can operate heavy machinery, equipment, blah, blah, blah. That with some variable and some type of condition in the right environment, you, under this influence, will be able to still do this.
Right.
That's what that label is saying. And so if they can put that on a Marinol thing, or they can also slap it on Vicodin or OxyContin or Darvocet or Percocet,
Hardcore drugs.
hardcore drugs, there's no reason why people who are under the influence of cannabis, whether it be 5 nanograms or 500, if they are able to operate the vehicle, then they should be the one to decipher whether or not they are capable of it. And they are certainly going to be under scrutiny. That's what happens when you drive under public roads. You're always under scrutiny. And guess what? If you're doing the speed limit, and this was in the paper, you can confirm it. If you're following the regular rules of the road, but in the wrong conditions, guess what? You get ticketed. My example, M25. It was just recently closed up north due to a storm. And police were authorized to issue a ticket for driving down that road. Didn't matter what you were driving, what speed you were traveling. If you drove down that road, they were authorized to issue you a ticket. So, you see my point?
Right. That's interesting.
So we have to take these things into consideration.
Yeah,
know what I
I've
mean?
seen a thing. They had the same driving thing with weed and alcohol, and then they gave a placebo alcohol, and then they kept another group of people just up all night, have them sleep deprived.
Right.
The people that were sleep deprived and the people that got placebo alcohol did worse, way worse than the regular people, just regular on alcohol or marijuana.
Wow.
Yeah, sleep deprivation probably mess you up driving.
Wow.
Like, hey, look, I'm driving towards a bunch of penguins.
Yes.
Oh, there's been a number of times I've been operating a vehicle when I was sleep deprived
Yep.
Yeah, how many
and was
people?
far more dangerous than the times that I've been drinking alcohol.
Yeah, you start
You know what I
falling
mean?
off. How many times do we doze off, like driving home, like I remember times where I was actually studying. It was in high school. We went down to a trip down in Ohio, and we all had to drive back if we didn't want to ride the bus. We ended up driving back that night. And I remember, I was young, haven't drove that late that often. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning. And I got to Ann Arbor, and I was like literally falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah.
Like so much, I had to open up all my windows, stop and get a coffee back then, which I didn't even drink.
Yeah.
You know, like just boom, whoa.
Sure. And
Over.
it's just a matter of personal responsibility, still being, open to scrutiny, of course, which is law enforcement's job, to keep people from hurting themselves and from hurting others. And sometimes people do make mistakes or bad judgment calls. There's a lot of folks that operate vehicles right now today that have such poor eyesight that they should not be driving. And yet we refuse to take their license away because now it's some type of infringement on their rights.
Yep.
And that was a policy change too. So we have to take these things into account, that personal responsibility still matters today. And, if people are able to, operate a vehicle to the standard of degree that we have said, okay, that's acceptable, which I think needs to be raised personally. But whatever it is, you can do that. We should let it be.
Did you realize? I've read this.
I think you should have a driving test personally. If
Right.
you can't pass the driving test, like we take you down to the MIS, we run you around for half an hour, and if you don't pass my test, you don't get a license. That's the way I'd do it.
They give you the
But,
right to decide with alcohol. If not, they wouldn't.
And then we wouldn't have
parking
speed
lot.
limits, we wouldn't have stop signs or any of that other crap because we just learn how to drive properly.
They did a study back in the days. I remember reading like a year or two ago. It wasn't that long ago. It proved that
And a lot less drivers.
It's more dangerous. It's more dangerous to drive by a bingo hall as everyone is leaving than it is a bar. No, for real, than a bar when everyone else is leaving. They actually did a study on this. There's more accidents occurring from a bingo hall after bingo hall gets out than a bar.
That
as
makes
a bar
total
gets out.
sense.
Yep. Or
I
a
mean, people are
country kitchen.
tired. There's a lot of folks at bingo that are on medication. Probably most of
them. Everything else.
Did you see the posting that somebody put on Facebook about 2 cars in 1895 in Ohio, and they actually showed a picture of the 2 cars crashing, had crashed together. There's only 2 cars in Ohio in 1895, and they followed each other and crashed into each other. Yeah.
Wow. No, I didn't know that. And that's the other thing is, like, even when we have all these things in place, we still have to understand that, damn it, we're all humans and accidents are still going to happen. And sitting there and trying to blame somebody when it was really just an accident, that doesn't make it right either. What the hell is voluntary manslaughter?
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, not, what is it? Involuntary, is that what it is?
Yeah.
What the hell is that? A guy makes a mistake and you put him in jail for it?
Yeah.
And you've already determined clearly in court that it was a mistake. I understand that you can, you're responsible to make reparations for damages you create, and in loss of life, there's nothing that can be done. Okay? Maybe that guy should say, all right, you know what? I killed somebody. I'm going to go serve that family now in some capacity for the rest of my life. To me, that'd be a better off thing than sitting him in prison for 7 years.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
What does that teach him? And what is that going to do for me as a society now that I have to take care of him for 7 years?
If that was me,
And he's going to be a delinquent, most likely, statistics say, when he gets out.
I'd be mad. I'd totally rebel and go the opposite direction if that was me. If I got put in prison for something that was not my fault, it was an accident, I'd become like the next gang leader inside of prison.
You're a rebel.
I'm not saying I want to be at all, but like that'd make me so. That'd be like your whole life. You do everything, and all of a sudden you're getting put in prison, like over something that wasn't your fault.
Happens every day.
Yeah, I know, but it makes me sick though to think about those poor people, about the poor people that are in prison right now,
Well,
falsely accused. Like, damn.
here's the other thing. Damage was done, right? We all agree that a price would need to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So you're telling me that by putting them in prison, the price is being paid? How is the person who was damaged repaired in any way? I agree. You cannot fix the loss of life. There's certain things that can't be replaced. That's not what I'm saying. But if we were to try to make amends, because clearly we are by sentencing them, and clearly it does need to be done, we need to look at these from different perspectives and come up with new solutions that really will help assist us on a go-forward basis to say, you know what, yeah, mistake happened, absolutely terrible. But you know what? Here's what we're going to do now. And what we're doing now sucks.
Do you think? You know what I just thought of?
What?
Maybe. Okay, aren't most prisons private?
Yeah, majority of prisons are private now.
So this kind of like, it's,
Now.
well, it's kind of like marketing. It's kind of like in the sense that, no, for real, like, hey, we're down a little bit this year, so we need some way to arrest more people. Now, how would we do that? I got it. Let's arrest people for doing something they did in an accident now. Because we can't just arrest people just in their house. We don't have enough people committing murders and crimes. So maybe if we take those people who used to say, oh, sorry about the accident, and have to live with that accident the rest of your life, now we're going to put them in prison too. And whoa, that's a way to make more money.
Yeah, I got an even more manipulative way to do it. How about we double the fines and double the sentence length if you happen to hit somebody that works for the state? And then we'll go ahead and we'll line the highways with state workers.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
That'll work great. Give me 5.
That one's ridiculous, too.
Which, you're making an interesting point. There's more and more things that used to be normally allowed, they want to make illegal to do.
Yeah.
I mean, look at like in the state
They need them to be illegal, John. We got to keep those prisons going. They're private institutions now with shareholders. Damn it, we got profits here to make.
That's right. And then our legislators go on. They say, "Okay, give us enough money, and we'll pass that law."
Well, they depend on them making profits so that they continue to fund their political campaigns.
You know what makes me sick?
It costs a lot of money to get elected, John. Don't you understand?
Well, the thing is that's not the portion that goes to his election they're really counting for. It's so they can square it away to offshore accounts. The rest of it they put off in offshore accounts.
Well, yeah, but that's part of being elected. You don't get to do that unless you're elected. That pats the back.
You got to keep on patting. You got to keep on getting elected, so you keep on patting your own account.
Like you got to have both wheels in place. And in fact, now you're actually seeing it so blatant in our government that both wheels are in place. That you're seeing government officials take positions in line and in sequential order as what they used to actually have copied of in their own corporate structure. Go look at the guys who used to run Merrill Lynch. Go look at the guys who used to run Chase. Go look at the guys who used to run Bank of America, on and on and on and on down the list, and look at who's the Secretary of State now, and the Secretary of Defense now, and this and that, and this and that and the other. And you tell me that they aren't smart enough to already have both wheels in place.
Well, that's just crazy.
We're the guys who have been running around chasing our tail.
That's just the crazy talk.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's these fudge sticks.
Right.
They're full of all kinds of things that
They're making you say all this
are
stuff.
given to me by the man, which caused me to think.
It's because they're jumbo.
These were too. These were tasty, but
Oh, there it is. Yes, peanut, wheat, and soy. Ah!
they were tasty, but these will give you cancer.
And cancer keeps our economy going, brother, so eat up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that to say that
These
people are
are the
poisonous and be like skeptical, but you know that
Dude,
like
how could they be poisonous? They're from the little elves.
sugar feels, dude. Okay, if you're gonna give people something that cured, if you're gonna give someone
Dude, it's
something,
from tree. It's from nature. They make it in a
Okay,
tree.
look it. Let me show you America's biggest tricks here. Elves
Away from
and
factories.
freaking a red-haired clown.
Pollution.
Two
they-
examples there of things that they make happy and cool that poison us. McDonald's and Keebler Elf.
No.
Cute little
I mean,
elves.
they're
And what about the hamburger?
like the original tree huggers.
The hamburger.
They're
Hamburger.
not affected by.
Well, actually, it should be horse burglar,
smoke.
not hamburglar. Did you hear the news on the Burger
Isn't that
King
Burger
report?
King?
Yeah. Their meat might or may or has or will possibly contain horse meat.
But that was in America. but that was in Yugoslavia.
No, really? It was
Where
just
the-
in
where the-
Yugoslavia?
Where the packaging process is at.
Oh, it was just in Yugoslavia.
And they said, oh, once in a while a horse gets mixed in with a cow.
Oh.
Once in a while.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure we're
They
safe.
kind of look alike. They're both
Dude,
big, hairy.
that wouldn't happen here
They,
in America.
they eat on grass and they run around.
That wouldn't happen in America.
They have blind people
I mean,
separating the
we
cows from the horses.
We don't
Yeah.
eat horses over here.
One gets through once in a while.
You know what still gets me is like
Hey, sometimes there's going to be a little sand in the taco.
how
There's going to be a little shit in the beef. And sometimes there's going to be a little horse in the burger. Okay?
Hey, you know what?
I think we all know that if we eat fast food anyways, we expect it to be
And
something
I'm not
that's
even
not,
joking
right?
around. That
I'll
is
tell you this
actually
much.
literal now. That's not a metaphor, folks.
I'm happy it was horse though.
Worms.
I'm happy it was horse. Because how often would you actually how often they come out and say, hey, we found a few humans in some food. Like never.
Ah, good point.
So like
It could be
horse is
worse.
okay.
It
Like
could be worse.
how many times have you guys went and got Chinese food with the
There's
chicken on a
probably
stick at the
racehorse,
buffet?
too, actually.
You guys, just to let you know, that's not
Horse
chicken on a
sticks
stick. Show me a piece of chicken that looks like that kind of chicken on a stick. What that is, that's a hind leg of a cat.
Oh, dude, I love kitty.
I like
is.
chicken
It's
on a
so
stick too,
good.
or a cat on a stick.
Exactly.
Soy sauce.
But
If
you've
they
already
really
eaten
are
it.
serving me horse, cat, and dog, and
You've already
rat,
ate it.
guess what? I love it.
You've already
Yeah,
eaten it.
just
I
tell
want
us.
more.
As long as it's not human.
Yeah, call it for what it is so I can know.
Just
I
don't
don't
start
even
putting
like
humans
beef.
in my
Well,
hamburger.
Ratatouille me.
Give me something else. I don't like beef. I don't like chicken.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
And they
Something
just
else.
told me that there's arsenic in my chicken,
Who wants
so I'd
chicken?
be better off with horse.
Yep.
At
Horse
least there's
sticks
only
with you.
special K in that. Then that's cool.
Yeah.
Horse sticks to your ribs.
I mean, that's just like tryptophan, but it's a little stronger. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hey, you know what I
Ever
was
ate some Horsey Joes, dude? Oh, they're so
Hey,
good.
someone brought something good to my. I had a trick question brought to my attention the other day from a guy who's really smart, like works in a lab, and he was wondering when they're gonna put a ban on our mind, because we have a drug factory inside our mind every morning that creates DMT.
See it now. Some dude is passed out, drool everywhere, freaking laying in a pool of vomit, and they're like, "Dude, what happened?" He's a fucking horse burger, man.
Oh man.
Shit was loaded up with special K. I don't know. He'll be all right though. It's cool.
Where's burger?
Based on his BMI, it couldn't have been, much more. LD is on that's like at least 75.
No, what was it? You watched Sunny in Philadelphia.
I
didn't
mean,
you?
every time they have those 2-for-1 Whopper deals, this happens. I mean,
Right.
Did you
Frank
see-
loves Whoppers.
2 for 1 Whopper, full hospitals.
He's going down.
Have you seen the feline taco one?
What?
No.
Okay.
Hey, I think that's
Must be
like a
your
rock
season.
band, isn't it? It's like Pussy Taco or something like that.
No, if you watch,
Madonna's a supporter.
if you watch Sunny in Philadelphia, you gotta check it out. It's an episode about feline tacos where Frank cooks some tacos and then tells them all that they just had feline tacos afterwards. So they freak out and they don't want to believe it's feline. So they go out and they try to find everything possible. They try to find a cat, a dog. They go to the
Oh,
Chinese
you're talking
restaurants.
about you're talking about the one where he's
They go
convinced
eat
them that
human?
they ate human meat.
No, they thought it was feline at
What?
first.
No, they thought it was human.
Did he?
It turned out being raccoon.
Oh yeah, all right. There you
Yeah,
go.
they were
there you
stealing
go.
his
See,
meat.
there's another thing I'd eat: raccoon.
So he locked the fridge and just left the regular.
Raccoon's not bad. It's actually
Yeah,
fatty as
raccoon.
hell.
I think
That's
I've
what
tried it
raccoon
before,
is.
actually, John. I've
Yeah.
had a lot of different wild game.
I pretty much had everything of North
I
American
just forgot what
continent.
I've
Yeah.
eaten, quite frankly. I've eaten most things, put it that way.
Raccoons are tough.
If it's lived in the North
I know
American
that.
region, I've probably eaten it.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Except for
Insects, too,
rattlesnake.
Because I used to. Yeah, I've eaten rattlesnake.
You've ate it? So I never had
Go
that.
get
Yeah.
wild game, isn't it?
Well, I've been around.
I mean, local place around here.
Oh yeah, actually, Dean's Smokehouse, right on what is it, Coldwater Road, I think, right out in Richfield Township.
Really?
Man, I tell you what, if you ever want some quality summer sausage, whatever that kind of thing,
Free
jerky.
advertisement.
I don't even hardly go there, man. But I'm telling you what, we've had one of our buddies from the club every now and then comes in with some produce from Dean's Smokehouse, and it's like Christmas, man. I mean, that stuff is
Nice.
ridiculously good.
In
I'd
Richfield?
punch somebody for one of those. What?
Off Richfield?
Coldwater.
Coldwater.
Richfield Township. It's off of Coldwater
Gotcha,
Road. It's
gotcha,
like in
gotcha.
between Irish and was it M15?
Yes.
All right.
And it's a little white, house-looking place right off the side of the road. I mean,
Nice.
like right off the side of the road. I always wonder, and they're on a corner too. It's amazing. I haven't had a car drive through that at some point. But stop in there, Anyways, it's tough to find a good piece of meat
Yeah.
in them anymore, and you probably are safer with
Tell me
raccoon.
Cheese and rice.
Especially one that's lean and without a lot of fat,
Sturdy.
and isn't contaminated. You know what I'm saying? It's a struggle for freedom in this country, and it's a struggle to get anything worthwhile.
Did you see this though? This
What
is
is
kind of
that,
this is
dude?
kind of worthwhile. Okay, there was the Senate president. He had go on the loud speaker system
Senate president in Colorado.
in Colorado. Yes, I'm sorry,
Colorado,
in Colorado.
sorry.
That's what I was getting to.
Sorry.
In Colorado, at the Colorado Capitol, had to get on his little microphone PA system and say, "Please, if the sergeants would please douse all the doobies in the area." There was a few people, I guess, smoking marijuana inside the Capitol that worked there. So, well, it's legal there now for recreational use. So,
Says after
obviously,
the strong smell of reefer wafted through the halls of the state capitol.
I mean, if
State
it,
Senator, can I have your attention, ladies and gentlemen, speakers of the floor? Speaker would like to have your attention. I'd like to ask you to please extinguish all doobies in the state capitol. It is apparent. You know what I'm saying?
Bring some tea and cookies immediately.
Where's the secretary?
You know what? Here's the cool part about it. I would bet you most of the laws in Colorado emulate those here in Michigan. So I hope there's no legislators watching here because they could get a potential tip from this. Most of your non-smoking laws all specifically say tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
Now there are a few ordinances, a few laws here and there, depends on where you're at, that do say simply smoking. But a lot of them don't have anything to say about vaporizing.
Yep.
And the ones that do say stuff about tobacco usually don't say anything about medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a potential loophole here that the legislators were aware of and were able to potentially utilize. Yeah. And, it could be potential that the, House Speaker, Senate Floor Leader John Morse will have to put a sock in it until he changes his own laws. I don't know.
So I bet if this happened in Michigan, though, like if the law was like that in Michigan, the same thing would happen in Michigan capital because we, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying. I was hoping no legislators are watching today's show because they might just pass a law now and preemptive duty of protecting freedom in America. In case we ever do get legalization here in Michigan, just trying to think proactively as a legislator. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. That would be nice, though.
All right. I know that we are running out of time, folks. It's 4 o'clock, and we started late today. I apologize, but all I got to say to that is we'll try harder next time. Whatever.
Hey, you only got so much news.
Dude, you could pull it up naked women while we're on the show.
I didn't, dude. I just hit a button, and it went to this page. And it was,
okay. I'm sorry.
There's a bong and buds
The
and
breasts are covered
up with
a
long
bong
hair and a bong.
It's the Mary Jane of the moment. Sorry,
bun.
guys. I didn't mean to overreact.
Yes,
Thanks for joining us this week on the show. John, thanks again for coming in the studios here at Flint Talk Radio. We love this place. This is a source of truth and a beacon of hope and a sea of shit. Stick around for the next show that's coming up. It is Pure Pro Wrestling. And, these guys
They just called it and they canceled, so they're not coming in
All
today.
right, so don't stick around.
Not coming
Go back through our archive and watch some of our old episodes. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah, go to
There you go.
flinttalkradio.com.
nothing better to do.
Or catch us on Facebook.
Genesee Compassions or Genesee3C.com. And if you're watching anywhere around the world, and whether you're a patient, not a patient, and you like this and you're an activist, we all need to start sticking together. So spread this word to your friends of unity and sticking together. Not for like an expo, not for like someone's charity event, but I meant for the whole cause. As people, we all have to stick together, and we need to start doing that. Like this things, people passing laws all around the country, passing legalizations. It's only time before the people that are in the high amount of numbers finally prevail and speak, more and more and more in every state. So just keep doing that. Unity and everything. It's not about if you like someone's hair color or not. It's about you guys liking the same ideas and sticking together and expressing those ideas. So please, be all one big family and stick together.
Amen, brother.
Yes.
Word up.
There's no way we're going to do anything in this world.
Seriously.
Got to be a strong army of people.
Right arm,
know?
brother.
Smart people, happy people.
Right arm.
Doing it all. Yeah. Only Beaner here.
Yeah. Beaner El Taco.
Take you out with the dance.
And with that, I say you got to love the taco.
Love the taco.
Love your taco. That's this week's motto.
From front to back.
Shaking Mr. Molly.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. Thank you.
Yes.